Here is the leg press, and the leg press is for obviously the lower body, so building strength in the legs as well as the calf muscles. Now what you want to do is if you need to adjust the seat, everything you need to adjust on all these machines is highlighted in yellow. So in this particular machine, you have a pull pin that allows the seat to slide back and forward, and then to take up that wobble, there's a knob on the right hand side, just tighten it down. You don't have to tighten it down like crazy because the next person needs to use it, has to be able to loosen it up. Now to adjust the weight, again, highlighted in yellow is the pull pin right here. And select your weight, and what you would like to do is get a comfortable weight that you can do 10 to 15 repetitions. All depends on what sort of program you're on. Bring your legs up here, and you want to press out. When you press out, don't lock your legs completely. Get them about 95% extended. If you lock your legs out, can damage the knees. And then if you want to work the calves, put your feet towards the bottom of the plate and just press down and up. Then bring the plate back. Some people like to put their hands on their knees. They feel like they're in a little bit more control of the weight. Just bring it back to a resting position. Either get up and out or adjust the weight to do another set. Now something to keep in mind, we had some feedback as far as the weight. Folks were complaining that they could do 100 pounds in the last machines here, and they can only do 80 pounds in this machine here. Which it's best to do is just get out of the mindset of pay attention to a particular weight comparing to the others, and just do what you're comfortable with. Get used to this is the new machine. If you can only do 80 in here, then do the 80. Don't try to do the 100. Okay? All right, excellent. Okay, for leg extension, what you want to do, get in here, put your feet on the top of the pad, and since you're going to be curling the back of the leg, you can try to do without locking this pad in. Your knees can come up, and that's really not what you want. You want to pull this pad down so your legs are firmly locked in place, and then just pull back here. Now, I had mentioned earlier that everything is highlighted in yellow. So your pull pin is highlighted in yellow, as well as your pivot points. Now, there's a seat adjustment back here. What you want to make sure is that when you adjust the seat to be in the proper position, is to make sure this yellow dot lines up with your knees. You don't want your knees too far in front of the dot, or too far in back, because it can cause some knee stress. Okay?
How do you adjust the seat? Because I couldn't figure out.
Right back here, there's a pin you press down on.
Just press down.
And you can actually move it back and forth.
That's the only one not highlighted in yellow, right?
Yeah, that one, you're right, it's not highlighted. Maybe we get some yellow paint on here, but that's the other adjustment it is. And you know, that's an excellent point, and I'll bring that to their attention. That's probably something they could put a yellow tab right on. And obviously your weight pin over there is highlighted in yellow.
What does this one adjust? The lever here?
This lever here, what it will adjust is bring it down to a leg extension. Now you can see here, well, if you can see here, on the side it's labeled leg extension, leg curl. And also keep in mind, there's also instructional placards on each machine right here. So you can see exactly what muscle groups you're using and what position the machine should be in, with the start and stop position. Get back in, and what I'm going to do is I can hold right here. This is not important here to have down on your legs because you're going to be extending out. Now you can see this is kind of a partial range of movement. If you do have a knee issue where you can't extend or go all the way back, you can adjust this as far out or as far back as you like. You really want to do this from the standing position, but I could also bring it down one more notch. So now I'll have a greater range of motion. See how it starts further back? And that's it. Again, 10 to 15 repetitions. What this does is you adjust the pulleys here. Put one hand on the handle over here, and then just pull the pop pin and bring it up to the position that you like. Now this machine does probably about 50 different exercises. And most popular on here is probably going to be where you work the back of the arms here, and your triceps. And the nice thing about the dual pulleys here is most machines, when you work the back of your arms, you have to go right to the front of the torso. It doesn't allow you to get to the side. So you have that full range of motion here. You can work the rear shoulders by pulling out. And the nice thing about this machine is the flexibility. If I want to work my shoulders from that angle, I can come up high. If if I want to come up from straight in front of me, I can do the same thing here. If any of you have any rehabilitation, you have to do internal rotation or external rotation, you can do it here as well. Now, same exercise I'm going to show you in that machine over there. You can work on your golf swing. Golfers in here? Yeah. Okay, I'm not a golfer, and it's going to be very obvious when I try to show you this pseudo golf swing. So I know you're supposed to turn your whole torso. I don't have it, but you get the general idea. So you can start here with the right amount of weight, and you can work on building strength on, again, it's not a golf swing, but the golf swing. Same thing here with if you play tennis or racquetball, you grab that handle, whether you want to bring it down or straight across from you, and you can work on a forehand, and again, I don't play tennis, so yes, as a backhand as well. And of course, you can reverse your stance on it. Then bringing this down, you can do exercises like for the arms. You can do one at a time. I recommend standing as close as you're comfortable. You don't want to be too far back where you're leaning over, causing some back stress. And you can also work the shoulders here too, the sides, and also as well as the front here. There's a lot that you can do with this machine, more than I can show you right now. I encourage, though, if you want full instruction to get the most out of this, or you need some guidance, you can look to YouTube. They have plenty of videos on there. If you're more traditional, want a trainer, we can recommend a trainer for you. Okay?
I can't stand this.
So this machine here is for your back. It's for your arms, for your biceps, as well as it's a hyper extension for the back. And I'll show you those exercises. We'll start at the top here. Not too many adjustments on here except for the C-pad, and we'll go into that after the first two exercises. Adjust your weight here on the weight stack, whatever you're comfortable with. To work the back, the lat, what you want to do is grab this bar up here while you're standing, come down gently, look up towards the where the cable's coming out of the machine, and you want to pull this right down to the top of your chest, right here. So when you pull down to the top of the chest, do not come down and pull down like this, which a lot of people have a tendency to do. Once you do that, you're going to feel a tremendous amount of stress in your back. So again, that's why there's a pad there in the center of the bar. So when you do come down to the right position, you're not going to have to worry about a bar playing against your body. So that's the lat pull down. Now another exercise for the back is going to be called the mid pulley. Grab the handle here, put your feet up against the plates, and you can pull right in. Now I mentioned that the pad here can adjust, so we do want to let this come down just to get out of the way. So now I have a better range here. Now, this bar here on the bottom is for the biceps, an arm curl. So what you want to do is bring this high enough where it's supporting underneath your arms. Stand up, lean forward, grab the bar, sit down, and curl up. Just like that. Bring the bar back in its resting position. Now the last exercise you can do on here is a back hyperextension. Obviously we covered all up here in the back. Probably the number one neglected muscle group is the lower back right here. So this is what's called a hyperextension. You put your feet here, rest your legs up against the pad, put your arms across here, go forward.
That works mostly.
If you can do it.
That's hard. It's hard to do.
It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to have
You
someone
start with baby
be with you, spot you, so they don't find you.
Don't go all the way down the first time. Lower back.
Or that's the lower back hyperextension. Yes, it should be. Do you need to see it again? No? All right. Okay. On the side move on. There's little silhouettes with the name of the press, whether it be a flat press, just pressing out, incline, which is going to be going up, then bring the seat all the way forward for a shoulder press. I'm just going to show you the standard flat press, which most people are going to do. So that's on number 2. So you want to make sure that you come here, and And this yellow pin here is in position number 2. This way you're going to get the proper starting position. The seat height will adjust right here on the side. Pull the seat up, and it'll actually lock into place automatically. Weight's fine on there. Now how you can tell if you're in the right position is you want these bars, either the upper bars or the lower bars, just to be parallel with your chest. So the upper bars here fit, and just press out. And again, this is something 10 to 15 repetitions at a comfortable weight. If I want to go directly up overhead, press up over the shoulders, and again, if you have a pre-existing shoulder condition, I don't recommend doing this exercise. Check with your physician first, or if you work with a therapist or whatnot. Shoulder position there on the seat. Bring the bar all the way up to the floor here, and you're going to notice that you're going to be leaning forward slightly. So now, it's going up overhead or higher overhead. When you use the bars back here, it's going to go more directly up overhead. Now this is going a little far back for me. I actually should have started with the seat lower. So dropping it down a bit, right here, that's better as a starting position. You see, it's comfortable. Any questions about this one? Outer thighs. This is generally more popular with the ladies. So to work the inner thigh, you want to start off in the outside position, and you're going to bring the pads in, just like that. Now, when you do this exercise, you're going to notice there's a very small weight stack on it. The reason being is the muscle group that you're working is only that big, so you don't need much weight at all. Ladies tend to want to work this area in here and the inside there. You don't have to do this that much. 3 sets of it is more than fine. Enough weight, you want to go high repetition on this, and you don't want to use a lot of weight. Okay? Now to work in the opposite direction, have this pin. It's not highlighted in gold. There's a pin right there. This should be highlighted in yellow. Sit back into the seat, and I'm going to move in the opposite direction. Since I'm starting together, now my legs are going to force out this way here. That's going to work the outside of the thigh. Instructions are right there in the front. Any questions? No questions? Sure. Now you can adjust the foot pad here in yellow. Depends on how tall or short you are, just so your knees aren't bent too high up. You do want enough leverage. The back extension, get your butt on the seat well, and what you're going to do, just extend back. And that seat's going to roll, the pad's going to roll up and down your back. That is normal. It's designed to roll. Not to mention it feels pretty good. It feels kind of like a massage. So that's the back extension, and that is a perfect replacement for the exercise I showed you over there. Remember the one you're kind of hanging over a bit? Okay.
I have a hernia, but for my belly button up from lifting weights. So is this machine okay for me to use if I want to use the front, my chest?
I would say no. I'd say check with your doctor.
Yeah, okay.
Check with your doctor.
But the back I could use?
The back you can do as long as you're not engaging the front abdominal muscles.
Right. Okay.
Now, to do the abdominal crunch, you want to sit here more towards the edge. Bring your feet tucked in here under these bars. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to think of tucking your chin into your belly button and crunch down. Now, the thing to pay attention to is don't have so little weight to where you need to go forward. If you're worried about that, just put your feet in the front right here, okay? And lean forward. This way, there's no way I'm going to go up and over.
And there's no way to adjust that bar. It sort of hits you where it hits you no matter what. Is that
The
correct?
seat adjusts here.
Yeah, but it's
So you would adjust the seat.
Raise yourself up.
Raise yourself up so it
not
goes.
easy to adjust the seat. No, I tried it. It's, I can't fit it.
Okay, that looks to be
Okay.
That's the size.
Okay, all right,
And
gotcha.
then this lock in that wobble there.
So you have to unloosen it to pull the seat.
Anytime you see a knob like that, loosen it. You don't have to pull it all the way out. And then go to the pull pin and it should freely go up and down.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay? Good hands on what exercise you're doing. You want to really to answer the question once on it. So what sort of exercise are you doing?
Well, I like to do arms, so I guess, my back.
What I'll do is I will show you that quickly after.
Okay, great, thank you.
So this machine here does about 120 exercises. It's one of the most popular pieces out there because it's so flexible. And like the pulley system I showed you over on the other side over there, this will also allow you to do that golf swing, that tennis forehand, backhand, and luckily you have a new accessory kit over there that actually has those handles. So you won't have to simulate it by grabbing one of these. It's an honest to goodness golf club handle on there as well as a tennis racket. Now with this machine here, since they're spread further apart, you can either stand or you can do exercises using any one of the benches here. If I want to work my chest standing, I can come in here and do a chest press movement. I can do more of a pec fly movement here. If I turn around, grab one handle on this side, kind of crisscross over here and grab this one. I can work my shoulders this way as well. Since this is already in a mid-level position, if I want to bench press, chest press, from the machine here using the bench, I would take that machine, that bench right there, and wheel into position, or just move it into position here.
Excuse me, how much does that weigh?
This?
Yeah.
About 40 pounds, 45 pounds. Though you won't have to move it like that.
If everyone can just pick up.
Very, very
It has
easy.
wheels.
It's on wheels.
Good.
Yeah.
It was just easy for me to pick
It looks.
up.
It just looks bigger.
Pivot.
Whatever.
Actually, it's very light to move it. I mean, when you lift it up, you're probably only lifting about 12, 15 pounds. Grab the handles. Now I can do that press exercise right here. If I want to work the upper chest, I actually just move in that direction. If I want to work the lower chest, just move in that direction.
So for people who are doing that and for everybody here, approximately, how would they know where to put the weight?
You want that pulley located directly behind your shoulder level. Yep, because that's where all of your power is coming from. You should be able to draw a straight line from the handlebar to your elbow joint to your shoulder to the pulley. If anything's out of alignment. Now again, it seems like a lot. A trainer can certainly help you with the particulars. You can bring the bench a little further back here. Bring these pulleys down. Now you can go up and overhead, like a shoulder press. And this is also a good substitute if you don't want to use dumbbells. Most of the exercises you do with dumbbells, you can do with this machine here as well. You can stand up and also use the curls here as well. Okay. Now move this out of the way. Now there's an ankle strap. Thank you. There's an ankle strap that you'll be receiving, that you have over there as well. I'm just going to put my foot through this right here.
Where are all of these things?
We just
Sorry?
got them.
There's
Yeah,
a box
no,
right over there,
we just
right by
got
the
them.
front door, long box. This allows you to get in here and work inner thigh. You can work the outer thigh. And this is really the same exercise, just standing, that you were doing over there on that inner outer thigh machine, same exercise. And the additional movement you can do is
Back.
a kick back here, and that's for all back there.
What's the benefit or not to doing it this way? Is there more, is there working, or just standing?
The benefit is you're using more of your secondary muscle groups, you're stabilizing muscles while you're standing as opposed to being seated. The drawback is that you have to do one leg at a time.
Right.
So it's really whatever you prefer and whatever's free. Okay? Now, you notice that we have both, I was using both these at the same time, but you can also grab the handles that you have, or one of the handles from the machines, and you can do those tricep push downs here. You can do one arm at a time here. kickback, just put your hand on your knee, or if you want to roll the bench over here, you can kneel down the bench and do a tricep kickback. Just it's really limitless, but for now, I would pay attention to the placards, use those as your guide, and if you go onto that YouTube on the internet, then if you put in a functional trainer, there's more videos than you could watch in a year on there. There's a lot, so we'll give you full guidance.
And you're going to have the same machines that we have here?
They'll have the basic concept of this is the same. 2 pulleys on either side of you. It may be a different name brand, but they're all going to do the same thing. So even if it's a different name brand, if they're working on it, you can still follow the same principle of what they're doing. You'll achieve the same thing here. This plate here is if you want to step up there and do a pull-up. I'm not even going to try to do the pull-up, but we can say that you can also get up here if you want to stretch as well. And then, yep, and then step back down. And this pops up.
So you can move that up and down or no?
Yep. Just moves up, and then bring it, make sure that this little flange is locked into that flange. I suggest when you're not using it, leave it up so nobody hits their ankle on it, because that hurts a lot. I've done it. Any questions?
I have one question, which you